Hey guys, welcome to Black Spin. I'm in that thing. How y'all doing today? So this is like a request. Hey Rennie, I love you, girl. From a long time subscriber. Look like I've been had this channel forever. I only had it for 2 years, but yeah. So I got a request, and she wanted me to discuss pretty privilege. And when I started looking into it and investigating, I'm like, well, does pretty privilege even exist? So yeah, let's talk about it. So first, I want to just define what privilege is and what it means. It's just allocating certain things for a certain group of people. But let's go look at the definition so we can all see it for ourselves. So, so did y'all just hear my stomach? I promise I'm not hungry. I just ate. Okay, a special right. I thought I could zoom in, but I guess it doesn't work like that. I thought the little pad worked like it works on your phone. But anyway, the special right, advantage, or immunity granted or available only for a particular person or group of people. Okay. So like I said, it's something reserved for a particular person, a particular type of person. Okay, so now the video that she sent me that she wanted me to respond to was this viral video about this girl talking about pretty privilege. I'll put it up here because of course I like to take traffic to anywhere it goes. What's for me is for me, period. So I don't mind sharing the love here. So today's history. This one right here. I don't have pretty privilege and it sucks. So I watched this video, the most part as you can see, and there are a lot of things that I definitely do disagree with. Um, so when it says it's a certain thing allocated for a certain group of people, right? That's what privilege is. So pretty privilege must be just a certain things allocated for certain individuals who are deemed pretty or beautiful. Period. So first, it's like I want because this is the political science and sociology channel, so I want to look at it from a sociological point of view, and I'm like, okay, this sounds like social engineering. This sounds like exactly what they did because they have to recondition the mind in order to keep up the status quo, which is why you keep having slave movies every year or so. You know what I'm saying? And movies where there's a black triumphant, like Queen and King or Queen and I or whatever that movie was. Queen, I think it was just Queen, where she shot the cop and then they went on the run and the black dude gave him up. So there's things like that to keep us socially programmed to not trust each other and to cause dissension and be very divisive within our own black community and things of that nature. And they always use their biracial bastard offspring to do such. And I'm not saying every light skinned person is biracial or the bastard offspring of the settler later who claimed to be a colonizer. But what I am saying is that this is all done on purpose. This is social engineering at its finest. So for me, no, pretty privilege does not exist. It's just another social construct that's put in to cause divisiveness within the black community. And I'm only concerned about the black community. Asians probably have a pretty privilege problem because again, when it comes to pretty privilege, I'm looking at it and it seems like they think that only light skinned people can take advantage of pretty privilege, and that's not the case. But I'm gonna get into that. Come on with me. So again, they take their bastard mulatto, quadroon, octoroon offspring and pit them against the indigenous people, which is us of Turtle Island, and then it caused dissension within the mixed people and the indigenous people because we all call each other black. So then even though they're two different sets of groups, two different sets of people, two different races, but then they cause dissension, and we're too busy fighting each other, and we're not even paying attention to the capitalism that's going on around us, and the fact that the foreign settler who we allowed to live on this land because they was running from their monarch has now stolen everything from us. We can't even focus on that because we focus on pretty privilege, which doesn't even exist. It's just a false personification of a social engineer problem that doesn't even exist. But boom, let's get back to it. So now that I've defined privilege for you, right? So I want to go check on the comments real quick because I'm about to get in. I'm about to go in, and it's about to be in that thing. Okay. No comments, but it's coming, y'all. It is coming because I'm coming up. I want the world to know. I'm coming. Okay. So now we know it's a benefit that's allocated for pretty people. So what are the benefits that they're getting? Like, I really want to know, what benefits are they getting? They're getting objectified. They're getting invited into the club. They're getting their drinks poured for them. They're getting jobs that they're probably not qualified for. Like, what are they getting? What are they getting that you want so bad? I don't want to be shaking my ass for free in no rap music video. So I don't want that privilege. I don't want the privilege for a motherfucker to come up to me and buy me drinks in the club just for him to say, "Oh, now you own me." You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. So I don't get it, and it looks to me that a lot of people think that only light skinned people benefit from pretty privilege. That's not true. I got a dark skinned cousin. Let me show you her. Now, if you tell her she dark skinned, she gonna say she brown skinned, but that's again, that's a mental conditioning in itself. But very beautiful girl. If you don't follow her, follow her. She has a podcast and everything. It's called Poor Minds. Go on over there and do your thing, baby. So let's see. 081806 25481. Okay. And okay, so no pictures in the text messages. Let's see. Let's go on Instagram. Very pretty girl, gorgeous. So, and she gets privilege all kinds, all up, down, and sideways. So the privilege that y'all claim that y'all want so bad, but when you get it, you're gonna realize, just like Martin Luther King said, his dream was a nightmare. Okay? Because I'd rather have smart girl privilege. Before I show you my little cousin. Well, let me show you her. Where my baby at? There she go. Hey, beautiful. That's my baby. But she's dark skinned. Can y'all see her? She's dark skinned, and her beauty has awarded her a lot. More so than her college degree. Very beautiful girl. You know what I mean? So we can stop that bullshit right there. So let's put a pin in that. I'd rather smart girl privilege. Do you know that, like for me in high school, people always just say, I'm even in middle school, oh, she's so smart, she's so smart, she's so smart. A benefit of smart girl privilege is when you open up your mouth, they automatically know that you're right because they know how smart you are. You know what I mean? When you're in a debate, how oftentimes you don't have to debate because they already know how smart you are. These people be trying to come for me in comments on YouTube, on other people's channels, and different platforms, and even mine. I always tell people, you do better trying to read a book than trying to read me, boo. That's a difficult task. That's a difficult feat. Okay, so if we're talking about privilege, we can have privilege on everything. Dark skinned girl privilege. You know what I'm saying? Most dark skinned girls I know are married and being taken seriously by black men. Whereas light skinned women that are pretty women, that they don't get that same respect. You see what I'm saying? So there's enough privilege to go around. Why are we having a privilege contest? It's a social construct. It's sociology, social engineering at its best. Okay, so let's get into it. Me, I'm dark skinned. Everybody can say I'm dark skinned. I'm black as shit, right? However, I have a very I'm a Capricorn, so we already know I have an ego problem, to say the least. I know I look good. I know I'm beautiful. When I walk in the room, I command that bitch. You understand me? When I was a goddamn cosmetology instructor, student, not even instructor yet, but I walked in that bitch like I ran that hole, like I talked at that motherfucker. You understand me? So it's all about walking with your head high. Well, like in this video, the young lady was saying how she walks into the club. I want y'all to watch this because confidence plays a lot into pretty privilege. If you want pretty privilege and that's something that you ascertain because you want to be objectified by sleaze bags, then this is how you do it. So let's go back to and it sucks.
I just had. I was like, wow, I'm still not good enough, even all dressed up like this. Her natural face, and she had her hair up in this beautiful ponytail.
So number one, she started off with me. You have to go watch the video because I'm not gonna watch her whole video because I don't want this to turn into one of those hour-long things. But she was saying stuff like, okay, here's ad. But she was saying stuff like, I think I'm pretty. I think I'm average. I think I'm okay. So that's why you don't get privilege. Because girls that think they're average and girls that think they okay, they don't get pretty girl privilege. It just doesn't come to you because you're not walking with your head high enough and your back straight enough, and you're not poised enough to receive such privileges. So let's keep that all the way a buck. So all that I'm let me tell you something. You can say what you want to say about me, but humility, if I said that right, being humble is not my strong suit. Cause you got me fucked up. Cause bitch, number one, I got a mirror. Number two, I got a book. And number three, I got a check book. You understand me? So you can't tell me nothing about me. So with that being said, she looked it really nice for her. What did I do? I left off and came back. Okay, so let's do 3, 2, 1 with her. She already started off fucked up. So I can tell you why you don't get pretty girl privilege because
all guys look like they were single guys. You can never tell, but
they weren't looking at her.
Around my age,
that when she walked in the room, she was cute. She had a great dress. That she got from some Fashion Nova that she shouted out and everything. She had a mermaid theme for her birthday. She had a little tiara on. But guess what? You could dress all that shit up and a motherfucker know that you faking it.
Eyes on me, that kind of thing.
You know what I'm saying? So if you don't always
pause. Nobody cared. And so I immediately humbled myself, and I was like,
"Yo, bad for humbling yourself."
Well, maybe people are just trying to eat. Maybe these guys, I think that they're single guys and they're around my age, but maybe actually they're dads who get this one night out a week and they have wives.
So nobody was looking at her because just because you dressed yourself up, did you dress up your personality? Or we gonna start giving out personality privileges because the bitches with the best personalities are getting galled and married? When more guys take them out repeatedly versus that one time that the pretty girl get taken out to be a showcase or a trophy. So, we have to think about this, guys. When you want, number one, I'm not bragging, but I'm only using myself as an example because that's what a lot of other people are doing. And not only that, is because I know me and I'm the best person to give an example of this. You know what I'm saying? I have great diction. I always sit up straight. I have great eye contact. When I'm walking into a motherfucking room, I'm making eye contact with everybody in that motherfucker. They're making eye contact with me. Our eyes are locking. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not walking down. I don't look at the floor. In my 7 and they could be heels as small as these. Hey, Mr. Ford. They could be heels as short as those, and they could be my 8-inch heels. But I'm walking, and I'm not looking down to see if I'm gonna trip. Because guess what, bitch? Does nothing have the audacity to be in my way when I'm stepping through. You understand me? So when I'm looking and I'm walking and you can ask anybody about me, baby. I got a walk, honey. All eyes are on me, and I don't fit this Eurocentric standard of beauty. No matter how long my hair is, it's nappy. Okay? My teeth aren't straight. I got gaps. Braces, where? Don't need them. Ain't gonna get them. Fuck them. This smile is litty. You know what I'm saying? So, fake eyelashes win. Where? When I can just put some mascara on the ones I got and these hoes go bloop, bloop, bloom. Be fanning you. That was me fanning y'all. Did you feel it? So where? Don't get my nails done because I work too much with my hands. So where? And it's eggs in my teeth when I'm talking. Still the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you walk in the room. Attention is something that you command. Okay? That's why it's automatically given to those people because they are commanding it. Okay? So make no mistake about it. Okay? So I'm looking at a few of my talking points here because I did jot down a few notes. So that's what I have to say about that. Confidence is key and is big when it comes to receiving pretty girl privilege. You know what I'm saying? Let me tell you something. Let me show you this other video because pretty girls don't just get to be pretty girls. These motherfuckers working hard. That picture of my cousin I showed you, baby, when she was in college, she cut all her damn hair off. Sis went bald and grew out a head full of long, healthy hair. Okay, she got braces when she was in college. A grown-ass woman with braces is hard to do, but she knew what she was trying to do and the look that she was trying to ascertain. So cut her hair off, with natural, work tirelessly, taking vitamins and conditioning every day, washing goals every other day to grow her hair out. Not only did she do that, but she got her braces. And later on, she changed her wardrobe up and got more couture and more high fashion. And then while she was doing all of that, she got her boobs done, got her stomach sucked in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Pretty girl privilege, it's not no easy feat. These bitches are working hard for that shit. They're not just waking up like, oh, yes. These bitches are working hard to be pretty. So, which brings me to this young lady.
My studio is good. I want my studio to be great. My flowers are beautiful. I want the space to reflect the work
behind a camera and you can't do anything about it. You can only sit there and just dust it off your shoulder. But when people, she's never had that pretty girl privilege. She's never. I don't want to speak for her, but I think she said that she hasn't. Alright,
so this little girl say,
basically what
is it me
talking about is, and
that's the problem, or just society?
Privilege. And for people who believe that pretty girl privilege isn't the thing, I don't know if you've never experienced like someone getting pretty girl privilege, or if you're a pretty girl and you're not aware of your pretty girl privilege. But pretty girl privilege is definitely.
So I want to fast forward to this little girl's
video. And what
video.
she's basically saying is experience pretty girl privilege. I'm not saying that she's not a pretty girl, because I do believe that she is a pretty girl. That's my personal opinion. I find beauty in people when other people don't. That's just me. That's just how I've always. Likes. You could literally go into a club, dudes want to dance with you left and right. You could literally be in a group of people, and you'll be the main attention. Like people want to talk to you. Me, on the other hand, if I go into a bar, people, ooh. See that part there.
That is so sad that she's crying.
She's never had that pretty. Felt pretty. Yeah.
So if this young girl has never felt pretty, one thing is that's bad parenting. If your mama didn't put that into you and your parents didn't put into you that you look good, that's bad parenting. If your parents let you grow up obese, that's bad parenting. And I find it hard. I find a lot of obese parents have obese children. But you know how that should be like against the law or some shit. Because you know how heavy that shit is, how hard it is to breathe, how winded you are just going up a regular flight of stairs. You know all these things, heart problems, and all these health risks that comes with being obese. Yet you let your child be obese. My daughter was trying to be a chunky kid when she was little. Everybody knows me, know the phenotype of my child. But like my daughter didn't eat junk food at home. The first time she had a piece of cake that was sweet, which was a honey bun. She had a honey bun and a Coke at her granny's house when she was, I want to say, 4. And I thought they had gave my daughter some crack. I said, who gave my daughter sugar? Because the only sugar she had ever had in her system was natural sugar. I used to cut up apples and put them in lemon juice and oranges and shit, put it at the bottom of the refrigerator because, kids know how to open the refrigerator, and that's stupid at an early age. And when she opened it up, the only thing she could reach is them bowls at the bottom with that fruit in it. To this day, if my daughter want a snack, she typically will get fruit. Lately, she's been eating sweets and stuff, and it's reflecting in her skin. And I'm trying to get her to understand that your diet is changing for the worse, and that's why your skin is changing to reflect that. But she'll get it. But that's bad parenting. If you've never received pretty girl privilege, your bad. Because if I was to slouch like this, my mother would literally take her hand and press that bitch in my back and force me to sit up straight. If I say, oh, mama, there it go, my mother would say, where is it going? Don't you mean there it is? You know what I mean? So it's parenting involved, and raise them up in the way you want them to go. And a lot of these parents are jealous of their kids and don't want them to be pretty because they ain't pretty. That's just a fact. So let's get back to this poor little girl here. A young woman, whatever the hell she is. People laugh at you when you walk in the room.
When I go to places, people stare at me and say stuff. When I go to places, people treat me like shit, like I'm dog shit on their shoe.
Wow.
See, that right there, that part right there.
And nobody deserves to be treated like that. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to enter this superficial sphere, this of self-analysis and self-worth based on what other motherfuckers think, then you need to roll with the punches and get on the good foot. Okay, I see good skin, I see thick eyebrows, and I see long hair. Go on a diet, run, walk, or pay for the surgery. Save up your chips, pay for the surgery, get your credit care. You know what I'm saying? If you want to operate within this sphere and compare yourself to the girls that get pretty privileged, or say nobody wants to dance with me, there's plenty chubby chasers out here. I know this one girl, I can't remember her name because I would definitely give her a shout out. I know her name is thicker than a Snicker on one of her social medias. Been knowing her since I was young. She's been fat all her life, and she ain't never had a problem getting no man, honey. And she dated some real handsome guys in high school. She been married 3 times. All her children's fathers are ex-husbands, not ex-boyfriends. And she is big as shit. I'm saying at least 400 pounds. Okay? So all that, don't get no privilege. I done seen her at the club. And I done seen her not pay for nothing. So all that, but she's confident. You understand me? And she dresses well. She smells good. You know? What they say on that Devin song, at least it's always big and cute, not big and fucked up. You the fuck the skinny, ugly ass hoe, so nigga, what's up? So, it's like we're living in this world where we're comparing ourselves to other people. And like, I can't be compared or contrasted to nobody. Bitch, please. It'll be an epic fail. So, you know, and like if you're gonna operate within that construct, then you need to do what it takes to be in that construct. Don't compare yourself to these girls that's getting this pretty privilege, or get mad that they're getting the pretty privilege. If you don't like the fact that when you go to the club they don't dance with you, bitch, go to a country western club, go to a different club, go to a different bar. You know what I mean? Until you find where they like people that look like you at, or change the fucking way you look. If you so down about the reaction that you're getting because of how you look, then when are you going to take to accountability? It's because of how you look, and then change it. There's no such thing as pretty privilege. There's just motherfuckers get treated better than others. That's life. That is life. The guys can't buy every bitch in the club a drink. The fuck? As gorgeous as I am, I've had to pay for my own bottle before, and I've had a bottle sent to me before. It is what it is. And we're talking, I know people say black men ain't shit. We're talking about black men. Okay? I was a hot, sweaty mess at this party I went to because I was drinking and playing Jenga, and it was an outside party, and it's hot outside. So I was shining like a glowworm, honey. Shining bright like a goddamn diamond. Not only did I get a guy's number that night, but you know, I met a guy that night, but he took me on a great date yesterday and take me on another date today. That's not pretty privilege. They put a name on everything. Next thing you know, it's going to be personality privilege. It's already light skin privilege. It's pretty privilege. It's this, it's that, it's this. All this stuff is rooted in social engineering based off colorism. Jesus, when are we going to get that? So, and let's be real. You act like pretty privilege is just falling in this girl's laps. Like I said, they're exercising. They have skincare routines. They have hair routines. They have exercise routines on a regular basis. They exfoliate on a regular basis. They scrub the shit out their face. They take care of dead skin. They get their bodies waxed. They have, and if they don't do it naturally, they watch if they eat or they barely eat. And they get surgery. They do all kind of things to fit within this superficial sphere. You know what I'm saying? To get that privilege. And all for white people to get white privilege, they wasn't just born white. Not every white person get white privilege. Their ancestors were fucking savages, foreign begging poor peasant settlers who came up on our backs. Because I guess everybody punked out and was weaked out, and the warriors got killed, and then all they did was raise their children after they killed a lot of the parents. Just raised a bunch of orphans to be slaves, etc., etc. Prisoners of war. I explained that in a lot of other videos. So, with that being said, you know what I'm saying? If we don't agree with the white privilege, but the white privilege was earned off of us. And we can Black men and black women can come together and become an economic powerhouse if we can stop arguing with each other based on these superficial, socially engineered problems that we really don't have, and economically take our own lands back over. But this girl is literally on YouTube crying because of how she gets treated when she goes out, no less. How are you treated at home? There's the social media. It has dulled the brains of a lot. So even with that being said, she's on here crying about how she's perceived, but you're not doing nothing to change it. Fuck all that beauty's in the eye of the beholder, motherfucker. Look in your eyes. Are you beholding upon your own beauty? Do you like what you see? Because I guarantee you, everybody that's saying that they don't have pretty girl pretty, there's something that they don't like. It's not just about how they're treated. You know what I mean? Like even with this young lady here. Am I talking loud, you guys? I just be feeling like you can't hear me because I don't have a microphone and all that stuff. So I think I'll be just yelling into the laptop. But even with this girl here. She claims to have all this confidence and know that she looks good, but she still rated herself as regular and average.
All of my
She's saying an average about me.
Push them down.
I love fear. Fear is fuel. I kind of
we have
joke,
to understand
but not
that.
really, that I put fear in my bowl of cereal in the morning.
Right?
That's something that we have to understand. And we have to get, and we have to grab a hold of.
A little bit later, she's definitely lighter skinned. She is half Creole, Haitian, half white. And yeah. I actually, when I first saw
she
her,
is comparing herself to a light skinned chick.
Identified in any way as black. Like there was no way for me to tell. I didn't see it at all. But she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm black." She's of mixed race, and
biracials aren't black, but that's another video.
Or either it's naturally blonde, so it's tough to kind of be able to phenotypically say, "Oh, that's a black girl." Like she definitely is somebody who I actually thought she was Hispanic.
Like I said, it's just colorism. All this shit is just colorism and featureism.
She also has a
same shit they be using to divide us the people for
in and she had the
over
girls
50
out
years
and,
now.
Just her natural face and she had her
shit
hair
over 100 years.
All those men that I like 5 minutes before had been like, "Oh, they're busy. That's why they didn't look at me." They were like, all eyes were on her. Not even the dudes. There were people in booths or people like everybody turned to look at this girl, and I said, "There it is. There's pretty privilege. The ability to walk into a room and know you didn't waste one bit of makeup, one, hair roller, you didn't waste it. You're going to go out and people are going to notice." And she actually met her husband. I have a lot of friends who aren't.
So, see, there it is. That's a confidence thing. Privilege is given to the confident. Because like I said, I don't have anything systemically on the guys, the false personification of what beauty is based on European standards. I don't fit in none of that. I'm short. I'm thick. You know what I mean? My teeth are they buck out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? My hair grows up to the sun. All of that. All of that. So, with that being said, how can you then go to say pretty isn't about attitude? I don't fit the mold, none of that. But when I go to the club, who paying for a drink? Bitch. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, stop. Like, I've bought a drink before for myself. Every woman has. Even pretty women have bought their own drink and popped their own bottle. Like, that's crazy to think that they're just going out floating on a cloud and everybody is at their beck and call. Get the fuck out of here. Like, stop it. So, yeah, it's just interesting to me that people want to blame society for having favorites. Some guys don't like white girls or light skinned girls. You know what I'm saying? And they don't talk down on them. And light skinned girls don't feel bad when a guy would rather buy a drink for a dark skinned girl. And you think that that's rare, but it's not. It's not. And again, this girl walked in knowing she didn't waste not one hair roller, not one drop of makeup. She walked in that bitch tall on her stride, confident, and everybody looked at that. There is an energy that you emit, a signal. You know what I'm saying? Just like what's that when animals put it out, the mating call. There's a signal that you put out when you're walking into a room and everybody's like, you know what I mean? And you're just not emitting that signal, and you're lying to. I'm sorry, it's just me. You're lying about this sense of confidence that you have about, yeah, I'm average. Nobody with a high self-esteem is gonna say that they're average. You can call me all the names you want to for saying that I'm past the 10, but it is what it is. You can call me a 6, you can call me a 5, but you can call me a 2. Society don't treat me like a 2, nor do I feel like one. And my feelings are able to escape through my pores and hop onto everybody else. You know what I mean? So, is there a pretty good privilege? No. There isn't. I don't believe in it. But anyway, is there certain good looking girls? Do they get do they get treated as the favorite? Is there favoritism in society? Yeah. But we're not gonna say it's pretty girl privilege, because then that would say that you're the counter, you're the latter or of the two. Like, no. All this shit is based on colorism, just another thing to keep us divided in our community. You know what I'm saying? And it's dividing other communities too. It's dividing Asian communities. You know what I'm saying? Every single race out there tries to attempt to put their foot on the neck of their dark. It happens in Malaysia. It happened in Fiji. It happens every fucking where. So no, there isn't pretty girl privilege. There's fucking colorism and the result of that. You know what I mean? And quite frankly, this all dates back as it relates to American politics and us indigenous people here. It goes back to how they stole our land. They came, I guess from the jump, they want to fuck with white women and they want to fuck with black women, as far as the indigenous people copulating with the foreign settlers. Then they took that bastard offspring, made them feel like they're better, divided them from the dark-skinned indigenous, and then once they got the mixed biracial indigenous to themselves, then they stole all the land for sure. Once they helped them put us in the chains and into chattel slavery and murder most of us and stuff like that. So, like, stop. There's videos about that in depth below. So, subscribe, you guys. Subscribe, man. Hit that subscribe button. Like, hit it, because you know I'm telling the truth. It's all about confidence in the signal that you put out. It's all about the laws of the universe. It's all about polarity. It's all about cause and effect. Who's not familiar with the laws of the universe? I'm about to get off here. Let's see how long I've been on. How do you know? They're not gonna know. They're not gonna know. They're not gonna know. I don't know where I'm supposed to look. Maybe I'm supposed to look on the app. So let's go back. I think I'm maybe supposed to look on here to see how long I've been recording. Does it say 30 minutes? Okay, cool. That's the perfect time. That's how many minutes I want to do. But just real quick, let's go and look up. Okay. The law of divine oneness. Now, the law of divine oneness, the law of vibration, the law of attraction, and where's polarity? Okay, and the law of cause and effect. All of those have to do with that signal that you put out when you walk in the room. And that's why she's getting that drink. Because there is not a doubt in her mind, her body, her spirit that she's worthy of that drink, that she's worthy of that attention. I get asked to dance all the time, and it's not by low-grade men. Like she said when she was in LA, the pizza driver wanted to ask her out. Like, what the fuck? But this girl says she's driving down the street and CEOs pull her over. Sometimes these hoes be lying, number one. You know what I'm saying? And you believe it because they are pretty. I guess it's a privilege to be a pretty, huh? So, stop it. It's all colorism. It's all social engineering. And it's all set to put a self-doubt and almost a self-unawareness in darker skinned Aboriginal or indigenous people of this land. And we fall for it hook, line, and sinker all the damn time. And it's just so weird that we would do that. Even when I look at this Asian girl explained of pretty girl privilege. She used the example of a beautiful white girl to show how they get favored. So it's all colorism and racism just by a whole nother name. Now it's called pretty privilege. And as long as we keep renaming it and renaming it, it's going to continue to function in its same capacity and have the same detrimental effect on us as a people. Racism by any other name is still racism. Land theft by any other name is still land theft. Indigenous by any other name is still indigenous and still have this victimhood. Black people have this victimhood as a whole, where we don't take accountability for what we allow to occur with the foreign settler, and we don't somebody was just trying to walk and talk to me. I have no idea how this app works, and we're not taking accountability for it, nor are we trying to rebuild and change it and change the narrative and change the dynamic. So does pretty girl privilege exist? No. It's all racism and colorism. It's all a tool to divide us as a people and to make us feel inferior when it comes to lighter skin. And then it's just a new bastard offspring to keep up the status quo as far as the biracials who say they're black. But look at my not protecting blackness video. So I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? This is Black Span, and that's my take on pretty girl privilege. It does not exist. Y'all letting these people live in y'all goddamn heads. Don't let no foreigner tell you about you. Have a good day. This is Black Span, honey, and I'm out. Deuces.